Hi, my name is Josh Mullen and welcome to my second episode around the subject talent pathways. So, a little introduction about what we're going to be going on about today is that we'll be focusing on the bio, cycle and social model which I previously explained in the episode 1. As well as defining and identifying talent, there are several factors surrounding developing talent. During the next number of episodes we'll be relating back to this model. The biopsychosocial model has been an increasing popular way of characterising human development, as Kisler suggests. This model persists the dynamic interaction between the bio, psycho and social factors around talent development. Today we'll be focusing on the biological side of this model. So here's a little image of the model. So firstly, the relative age effect. One of the biggest biological effects is the relative age effect. This is where it affects the school year. So if someone is born in September, they're going to be a lot stronger and faster than someone that's born in July and August. This can have a negative effect on the youngster who's born in July. They might be technically better at that sport, but they won't be as strong and fast, so it might give them a negative impact. So continuing about the relative age effect. It's a consistent approach by coaches and scouts up and down the country, focusing on the taller and faster players instead of the more technically gifted players. Here is a quote by Collins and McCarthy explaining that at the identification point, players were more likely to be selected owing to being relatively older and demonstrating significant differences in their measurements, e.g. mass and height, compared to the relatively younger player. So there's current data out there about the biological side of the model. Data collected by Levitt suggests that the Surrey Junior League, with 8,000 players participating, found that the Division 1 in all age groups had the oldest players on average, while Division 7, which is the lowest division, had the youngest players. He also found that 45% of the players in the top level academies have players born between September and November. But among 57 England players with 50 or more caps, he found that the highest percentage of them, 46%, were born between March and May. This backs up the fact that the relative age effect has a huge impact on athletes' development. But what could be introduced to stop this? So one idea I had in football is that there is a current under-23 system which can benefit the younger stage footballers, as they can have a bit more of an extended talent development process, allowing them to, if they are late developers, to still carry on in their journey instead of being released at a younger age. So late development, as I just mentioned then, this can also be a biological effect for athletes in the academy football system. Like the relative age effect, an athlete's physical appearance, such as height and weight, can be a key factor during their development. A player's weight can be developed to suit what sport the athlete is participating in. For example, a footballer like David Silva will have to train to keep his control of his weight, as he will need to be in the correct conditions to perform at the best of his ability. However, David Silva's height can't be developed, so that can determine what position he's going to play, as he's a creative midfielder. That's more suited to him because he's only small. However, he wouldn't play up front as a target man, as they need to be taller. So there's an image of David Silva. So another example of a footballer that will come on the concept of late development is England striker Jamie Vardy. So Jamie Vardy, here is an image of Jamie Vardy. He was released by Sheffield Wednesday at the age of 16 and almost gave up playing football and had a part-time job. He then went through the lower leagues and worked his way up to Fleetwood Town, and then he was doing well at Fleetwood Town and got a transfer to Leicester City. And after a successful time at Leicester City, he's broke the record of number of goals scored in consecutive matches after Ruud van Nistelrooy's record. And he's now playing Champions League football, and he's a Premier League title winner. So this shows that the academy structure isn't always the best option for talented footballers, and they can work their way through a different way through the lower leagues. But that's an example of football. Can you think of other examples, and maybe comment below, and it'll be interesting to see if we can get a few comments. So a conclusion. Altogether, we during this episode we'll focus on the biological factors in talent development. We focus on the key parts. The key parts to take out of this is to clearly understand the psychosocial model. We focus on two. There's lots of areas to focus on, but we focus on the relative age effect and late development. We've used Jamie Vardy as a sporting example. As I've already mentioned, it'd be interesting to see some other sporting examples. And we've also looked at the data currently out there. So next episode, before watching the next clip, I would advise you to consider the psychological factors in talent development, as that's what we'll be focusing on in the next episode. One model you can focus on is the iceberg illusion model. I'll be running through it next episode, but it'd be good if you could have a look before the episode. So there's some references, and thanks a lot for listening. Any comments below would be beneficial. Thank you.